R.L. Steve. Chris, did you ever achieve the state of clear? If so, what did you think of it at the time? What do you think now? Even if the concept of clear is inherently flawed, do you think there's something beneficial to having gone through all the auditing to get there? For example, increased neuroplasticity in the brain, a general more lucid feeling, less negative emotions daily, etc. When I was in Scientology, I did achieve the state of clear, and that was in 1993. And then I had it taken away from me in 2004 when it was kind of popular to tell people that they weren't really clear. And so that got taken away from me, and then I never did get any more auditing after that, at least not that kind of auditing, and so it didn't. So I never got it back. As terms of what did I think of it at the time, I was quite happy at the time. When it happened, I was happy for about a week or two. I mean, I was on top of the world. I thought I'd achieved a state that a handful of other people had ever achieved. And I think I was clear number, I still have the bracelet around here somewhere, I think it was clear number like 36,000 or something. I mean, that kind of tells you how many Scientologists there are, so much for millions of Scientologists, right? So, and I'll have to look that up because I don't remember. But anyway, I've made it clear in other videos, and I'll say again, that I don't believe that there is such a thing as the state of clear as described in in Scientology. I think it's a sham. And I think that anything that I got out of any auditing that I received while I was in Scientology was something that I could have achieved outside of Scientology. I didn't have to go through the processes of auditing in Scientology to get what I got, because all of the gains that I had in Scientology were impermanent, to say the least. There's a stress relief, there's a feeling of exultation, of excitement, but that goes away, and it doesn't come back until you go back in session, and it kind of it in a way it becomes its own sort of you get your own fix on auditing. It becomes its own kind of drug, and you don't have to have auditing to experience that. You don't need to do that. It's an artificial high, and I don't think that that's really necessary. I'd rather just live life on my own terms and deal with things as they come. An important point about this is, after I was clear for a while, when the problems of life would hit, stresses, situations, whatever, I had to start reminding myself that I was clear. When I was dealing with these things and I'd start getting upset, or I'd start having, I'd get angry or I'd get emotional or whatever in response to, situations. And clears, of course, are supposed to be, very rational, very calm, very cool, collected people. And it's not like they're not supposed to have emotions, but you're not supposed to be reactive. You're not supposed to have a reactive mind that's like triggering, and whenever I felt that was what was happening, I had to say, oh yeah, no, I'm clear. That's not really what's happening, and I had to sort of do some mental shift to explain what was going on. And I don't think if I was really in a state where I no longer had a reactive mind, and where I no longer had psychosomatic illnesses, and I no longer, had problems remembering things, I don't think I'd have to remind myself of that. And I think for me that was sort of the crucial point that made me realize something's wrong here. So, and again, I've talked to a number of clears and OTs since leaving Scientology, and actually even while I was in Scientology, who never achieved those things. And so I don't believe that those states are real, and I don't think it's worth the time or effort of doing the Scientology auditing in order to achieve states that don't exist. That's my take on it.